Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know it's a long time no see, but I have a get ready with me today. It is on this look here, which I wore for date day as well as date night because me and my fiance were out in London for the whole day. So yeah, if you'd like to see how to get this makeup look, then please keep watching. So I first started off by just putting all of my hair out of my face, and then I went straight into moisturizer. I'm using the Tarte Drink of H2O H2O moisturizer, and I'm putting that all over my face so that it's nice and moisturized and ready for all of the base makeup. And then I did go in with my Tarte lip balm on my lips so that my lips are also nice and moisturized before we put any lip products on as well. For primer, I took something easy, so I took the Primer Water by Smashbox and I sprayed that all over my face. Now I used a concoction of things for my base. I used the Urban Decay All Nighter and I used the Moonlight Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops, and then also the Tarte Beauty Oil. So I'm mixing all of them on to the back of my hand so that I've got a nice full coverage foundation, a nice glow with the Cover FX Drops, and then also some more hydration using the Tarte Beauty Oil. And then I'm just blending all of this onto my face using my favorite damp beauty blender, and I love using the side to soak up any excess, which I've been doing a lot recently. Now for concealer, I'm going in with none other than my Anti-Age Eye Rewind Concealer thingy-majiggy, and I'm putting this under the usual areas that I like to not only conceal but also highlight my face. So that's underneath my eyes, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, my chin, just under where my contour is, and like around my mouth. And again, I'm blending all of those lines away using my damp beauty blender. And what I like doing is I take the rounded end and go over the edges of wherever I have that concealer. So this blends everything really nicely into the foundation so that there's no harsh lines between the foundation and concealer. For contour, I went in with my iconic London Cream Contour Kit. I took the darkest shade and I placed some lines all over my face where I wanted to add shadow and depth to the skin. I love this contour kit because it is so easy to blend. I'm putting this around the perimeter of my face, where my cheekbones are, around my mouth, and also slightly on my nose as well. And then, as always, just blending everything into the skin. And as you can see, everything blends really, really nicely into the skin. It kind of like melts into the skin, which I love. And then I'm taking my damp beauty blender and just going over the areas again where the contour kind of meets the base product so that everything's nice and blended. Now I'm setting the concealed and highlighted areas with my Kick-Ass Soap and Glory powder. I was using the Makeup Forever yellow banana powder, but I feel like it gives a really weird flashback, so I've kind of stopped using that. And then to set the contour areas, I'm taking Park Avenue Princess Bronzer, which is from Tarte. It is such a beautiful, cool-toned bronzer, and I'm just using that to set all the contour areas and, of course, bronze up my skin. And one more time, I'm just taking my damp beauty blender and going over the areas where we applied that contour so that everything is looking nice and blended. For blush, I use this mauve blush from NYX, and it's such a beautiful shade. I feel like I could wear this all the time. And then for highlight, I'm taking this L'Oreal eyeshadow in the shade Nude 206. Oh my god, can you see that glow? Like, that is such a beautiful glow. So this is actually an eyeshadow, but it's got a really creamy texture. So it really like blends into the skin really well, and it kind of melts into the skin as well. So once I've got that onto the areas where I want to be glowing to the gods, I did move on to my eyes. So firstly, I primed them using Air Patrol and set them in place using the Kick-Ass Soap and Glory powder. And then I'm taking that same L'Oreal eyeshadow that we used for our cheek highlight, and I'm putting this on to my eyebrow highlight. And as you can see, it just looks like it's kind of melted into my skin. Ugh. I've been honestly using this all the time. Here I'm taking the transition shade. This is actually called Transition. It is a Violet Voss palette. I think it's the Violet Voss Pro palette. But I'm adding this into the crease of my eyes as a nice subtle transition. And once I've kind of got that area mapped out, I did go in with a slightly deeper shade, which is called Bestie. And I'm kind of adding that in to the crease as well, just to add a little bit more depth. I like working in like small sections and like light colors to dark colors so that everything kind of blends in really nicely. Next, taking brownie points, I am just deepening up the outer third of the eyes and also blending that in to the rest of the shadow shades. And this is just going to add some more dimension to the eye. Rather than the crease looking really flat, they've kind of gives the illusion that you've got a really nice rounded crease on your eyes. Time for some winged liner, and I'm using the Tarte Tarteus Clay liner. This I love because it's so matte. It's like super matte and black. So I am slowly lining my top lash line, and then I am also winging it out as well. And I will leave a link to my eyeliner tutorial because I just love working in small steps, and I'm going kind of quite in depth of exactly how I like to do my wing. So I'll leave that in the info box below. But once I've got both of my wings on and I'm ready to fly, I am basically just adding this onto the upper waterline. So I'm just tightlining. So this will just help the eyeliner look a little bit more complete. Jumping to brows, I'm taking my Precisely My Brow, and this is from Benefit. It's an eyebrow pencil. I'm just really slightly filling my brows in. Nothing too crazy, just kind of filling in any gaps. As you guys might have known, if you follow me on Instagram, I have had my brows microbladed, which is why they look a lot thicker than usual. So I just use this to just kind of neaten them up and give them a little bit more structure. And then I am setting them in place. And I'm using the Gimme Brow. And I like to go quite light with my brows. I don't like to fill them in with too much of a dark colour. But yeah, now I'm moving on to mascara, and I'm taking my False Lash Sculpt Mascara, and I am going to town. Actually, I'm not really going to town this time. I'm not putting that much of a thick layer, but just enough so that it's going to give my lashes a good base to stick on. So now I'm just plonking some lashes on. These are the Miami lashes, and they're from Lily Lashes. They're the style Miami. They are one of my favourite lash styles, and I'm just making sure these are nicely stuck on to my lashes. And here I'm using this Lash Star kind of clamper. I love it. I love that it's gold. And that's what my eyes look like at the end. And then I'm taking this matte spectrum palette and this kind of navy blue shade. It's from Zoeva, and I'm applying this to the outer thirds. I love doing this once my like eyeshadow is all done, because this basically tells me where I need to place it, because I've got all my other makeup on my eyes, and this just kind of is kind of like a guide, and I can basically make sure that I'm not applying too much product as well, but I'm also going and like blending all the edges out so that it's nice and diffused. And then I'm taking this slightly lighter blue tone shade just to help everything blend into each other, and that it doesn't look like a blob of blue on the outer portions of the eyes. Then I'm going back in with that Violet Voss palette. I'm taking the shade Transition again, and I am making sure that everything is nice and blended and seamless looking, and not looking patchy or anything like that. And just take your time with blending. That's exactly what I do, just to get the look looking right. Taking a Thanks a Latte from that same palette, I'm just applying that to the inner kind of half of the eye, and this is just going to add some kind of like transition between the two, and it just helps the blue kind of stand out. And I'm just fixing up my eyeliner real quick, and then moving on to my lower lash line. I'm first taking brownie points and using that as a first kind of base to put down as my lower lash kind of smoke. And then I did go back in with a slightly darker shade just to deepen it up really slightly. Nothing too crazy, because I was wearing this makeup in the daytime as well as nighttime. So I'm taking Teddy Bear from that same palette, and I am just deepening it up really slightly. And once I was done with that, I just finished off my lower lashes. I used my same mascara, the False Lash Sculpt Mascara, and I'm just applying a good coat of that. And basically I like my lower lashes to match my top lashes, so I do apply quite a bit of mascara on them. You totally don't have to, but that's what I love doing. Taking Sao Paulo, which is an Ofra liquid lipstick. I love this shade. I've been wearing this shade a lot recently. It's a very beautiful peachy nude, and I'm applying this all over my lips. And then I did go ahead and line them as well, just to give them a bit of a kind of structure to them. I'm taking Mahogany lip liner from NYX, and I'm just going and lining my lips. It's a weird way to do it, but I just find that it's more subtle rather than it looking like a really 90s lip. And it just adds a bit of a kind of like outline to them, so they don't like they don't look hidden in the rest of your makeup, if you know what I mean. But this, you guys, is the final makeup look. Something really daytime and nighttime appropriate. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. I feel like I haven't filmed a Get Ready With Me in like forever, but I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave me links of any new videos you would like to see next, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!